Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Elevate with Ellecia, where I do talk to you about everything personal and career success the biblical way. And if you are brand new guys to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you subscribe and do all of those nice things. This is really just a space where we talk not only about career success, but success in our personal lives as well, so that we can accomplish that God-given purpose. So if you are just hopping onto my channel, I am Ellecia, as I said before. I am an award-winning entrepreneur and author, and I'm also a transformational speaker and coach. And I am also into sales and customer service training and coaching, guys. Now, guys, this video is so very important, and it's about a topic that I'm very passionate about. It's about fear. Okay, because fear robs us, fear cripples us. And I just want to share what I know about this topic of fear, because I too, like all of us, in this world, I've had a time or a season where, I was just so very fearful about something, and it took me longer to manifest it than it should have. Okay, so we want to talk about how fear is actually affecting the manifestation of our goals, and how fear really robs us of really going forth. It causes us to procrastinate. It causes us to abnegate on our goals. It causes us to sink, and not shine and not be our bold, brilliant selves. It causes us to want to lock ourselves into a closet, guys, when we know that we are meant for bigger and greater things. So how do you, I really want to share three strategies or three things that can really help you so that you can overcome the whole matter of fear, guys, so that those goals can be accomplished. We're in at the time I'm doing this video, we're in the middle of the year, and many a times, we start off the year well, and you get to a certain point in the year and you don't know what has happened. All you know is that you feel stuck, right? And this video will also help you with that. Now, fear, guys, how do you really look at fear so that it can or defeat or dominate fear, so that you do not really give up on your goals? And one strategy that I found that can help you is that you want to look at fear from a different perspective. They always say that life is about perspective, right? So if you can reframe fear as a growth opportunity, and what that means is that what happens with us as human beings is that we tend to keep doing the thing that has become our norm. So we want to fight against change because our brain sees change or going into a new direction as something that is going to affect us. And so our brains are naturally wired to want to protect us from being hurt, and want to protect us from the unknown, because it can be a danger to us, right? And so when you feel fearful about something, what you can do is reframe that perspective, or reframe it into looking at it from the perspective of it being your body or your mind or your brain trying to keep you in that comfort zone, that place that that place that has become your norm, so that you don't get hurt, right? And we always know that, from listening to reading books and listening to transformational and motivational videos, that in order for you to really get to the next level, we have to step out of our comfort zone, right? In order for us to have new experiences in this life, we have to step out of our comfort zone. And this is what I'm saying. We don't like to stop doing the thing that we are used to doing. You say, for example, you're in a job and you've been in that job for a very, very, very long time. And all of a sudden, there's an opportunity there for you to be the opportunity comes for you to be promoted. The first thing that your brain is going to tell you, and the first reason why you're going to be fearful, is because you've been in this position for so long. You've mastered it. You've been doing well. It's an area that you can do it by closing your eyes. And so the fear now for applying for the new position is where the unknown comes in. You know, what if I don't do well? You know, what if I have to give up the post because I can't make the target? There's a number of different emotions that will come in, and fear will try to dominate you to actually say to yourself that you cannot afford to move from where you are, so that because you are in that state of comfort. And so reframing the whole mentality of fear requires an entire shifting of the mindset, right? And so you now have to look at fear as a signal of potential progress. Start looking at fear as a signal of potential progress. And so when you look at it like that, then you are now able to mitigate that emotional intensity, that strong emotional intensity that you now have, that is going to act as a barrier. So whenever you do feel fear, understand that we're naturally wired to feel that way because of how we are wired as human beings to try for our brains to try to protect us in a certain kind of way from the unknown. So like I said, guys, it's really just time for us to step out of that comfort zone. Whatever has become your norm, start asking yourself, am I maximizing my true potential? Am I at the place in time and season that I should be? Have I overextended myself in this season because of fear? Have I been procrastinating on writing the book, getting the house? You know, have I been procrastinating on applying for that promotion because of fear? What is driving this emotion that is behind what I'm feeling right now? And really just start looking at yourself and asking yourself those serious questions. Am I at the place that I really should have been? Am I at the place, am I earning the type of money that I should have been earning? Look, I believe in kingdom manifestation. As a child of God, I believe that we are to be living a kingdom lifestyle. And so, if it is that you're at that place where you feel like you have not manifested enough, it can be that fear that has held you back all of this time, right? The second thing that you want to look at is that you want to leverage visualization and mental rehearsal. Now, this is valuable for me, right? Like, I have a testimony where that is concerned. My first sermon that I ever gave, I remember rehearsing and just mentally putting myself in the church, mentally thinking about the message, standing in front of the mirror, preaching the message to myself, seeing myself standing at the pulpit and just delivering that message, and people's lives being transformed and changed as a result of me bypassing the fear and actually doing it. I had fear when I did my first training program, when I launched my first training program, when I did my first supervisory training, when I did my first customer service training. I had fear when I was going to buy my home. I had fear when I was going to buy my car. And this is why I said, as a precursor, guys, that in order for us to really manifest our God-given purpose, fear is something that can cripple us. And I can remember it crippling me many, many, many times. When I wrote my first book, it took me 3 years to complete it because of fear, right? So we know none of us are immune to it. And this is why we have to put in the strategies and the techniques that can really help us. So you want to focus on the outcome of whatever it is, the goal is, right? So you want to imagine yourself in that house. You want to imagine yourself driving that car. You want to imagine yourself delivering that message so that, you can now bypass the fear and look at yourself, even anticipate it enough so that you can finally experience that outcome. And that what that really does, guys, is that it really desensitizes the type of feeling that you have. It reduces the anxiety. And when you do that mental rehearsal, what happens is that you now have a mental blueprint. So you are going about the manifestation of this thing. You are going about it and taking action with that blueprint in mind. And you are actually doing that from a place of confidence and not from a place of weakness, because you have done it so many times in your head that you now know what the end result is going to be. And number three, guys, is that you want to practice incremental exposure. There's a video that I recently did, and it spoke about how we look at our goals too grand and too huge. And we really need to break it down into bite sizes. Start with the small first step, one step at a time. And when you take it one step at a time, you will realize that the fear progressively moves away. It moves away. And what that is really called, guys, is systematic desensitization. So what that does is that as you take those small steps and as you overcome those small steps, you become more confident. You would have passed one hurdle, you're going to jump over the other hurdle. You're remembering that, okay, this is the technique that I employed. And so I can do it for the first, the second, the third. And as you go along, it allows you to be a lot more confident. And of course, that strong sense of emotional fear, the strong sense of just fear overall is just really minimized as a result of you doing that. So guys, these are just three strategies that I tend to use whenever I do feel fear. I reframe fear as a growth opportunity. So I really look at it as me going into a new realm, a new dimension, stepping out of my comfort zone, and just see it as potential progress for me to live a better, a greater life so that I can manifest that purpose. You rehearse, you practice, you prepare so that, you become a lot more confident. And of course, number three, guys, is just to take those small steps. And of course, that really takes away the fear over the long haul because of the small steps that you take. So guys, I really hope that this video really helped you, because like I said, fear happens to all of us. It really results in procrastination. And many a times, years would have passed and you would have said to yourself, boy, I really wish I would have done this. I say this many times. You don't want to get to 150, right? And you're sitting there in your rocking chair and you're like, I wish I had done that. I wish I had done that. We want to ensure that we're doing the things even with that strong emotion, that strong intensity of fear, and we're going about manifesting those dreams and those goals. So guys, like the video, share it, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.